He can see us?
You can see us. Look up in the
No,
top
I
left.
asked you that.
Sarah, there you can see yourself a little bit over.
Larry, I want to prepare for all of it.
And who are these friends of yours?
Cheryl and Denise.
Okay. Either of you veterans as well?
She's the wife of a veteran. I mean, yeah, she's married to a veteran.
I was married to a veteran. I'm the ex-wife of a veteran.
Well, welcome. Your job will be to keep Larry on track.
Okay.
Okay, you can see how tight this room, if there were 8 guys in there or whatever. How much room he's got behind us.
So that means all of everything can see me too. And all the people looking on can see me.
Yes, but look how small we are. Look how small we are here. Okay, we can shut that off next time. See, all I have to do is hit
Just go back.
stop video.
Go back for it.
You want to reverse it around?
Okay. We'll give it just one more moment. Sometimes people come in the first few minutes.
So you see, that's the room where the tables are.
Not, this isn't Chicago Heights. I don't know where he is. He's a son of the
You
consultant.
see that little thing is the room.
Mondays, I'm here in Crown Point. Wednesday is Chicago Heights. And then the other days I'm at Jesse Brown.
And see, this is what I'm referring to. This room looks just as tight as Chicago Heights, am I correct?
Yes.
So,
But the room that we do it in person is down the hall, and that one's much larger.
oh, okay,
So it's just for this virtual class that I'm in the smaller room.
okay.
Okay. So we can begin. So standing with feet about shoulder width apart. And then just checking in that one of the toes facing directly forward. So that maybe adjusting inward just a little bit. And then we want the knees slightly bent. They say as if you're sitting in a tall stool. The first exercise is simply turning from the center of the body. Waist always moves first. Tight. One thing we're always aiming for is is having our movements be relaxed, but also connected through the whole body. And it starts with the feet. So feeling a firm connection with the ground. They say wherever the mind goes, the chi flows. So putting your awareness at the bottoms of the feet to feel that connection. takes a little bit of practice getting used to movement starting down here and letting just the arms relax and swing. So you want to avoid leading the movement with the arms or the shoulders. Arms and shoulders are relaxed. Center of the body turns. Okay, come back into the center. Slight bend at the knees. And inhale, the whole body lifts, the arms float, and we sink back down. Inhale, exhale. Smooth and continuous wave-like motions. Nice, let's do one more. Now we combine that with shifting from side to side. There's a little bit of rising and sinking here too. I mean, we are moving side to side, but just allow the leg to bend a little bit so that the weight of the body can sink into the leg. Do the same thing we did with the first exercise. You're putting your attention into the bottoms of the feet. Feel the pressure increase on the bottom of the foot. While the other leg relaxes. this a turning motion? Shifting the weight of your head, turning the body. One of the challenges with this one is still bringing all of the weight into one leg. There's more to it, of course, as well. We're trying to keep the upper body in the same position, as upright as possible. And it can't hurt every once in a while to check in with the feet to see that the toes are still pointing directly forward. Sometimes they can drift apart a little bit. We have one more thing to add to this, the arms. This is one of the positions we use, basically nice and round, like you're hugging a big ball. We'll start off first doing that same motion. So shift to your left and then turn. This is to get used to the idea of the arms basically staying right in front of the body. Not really moving the arms all that much, or at all. I can see it. And to complete the move, drop the left hand here, and come across. Switch the hands. This gives us the posture known as cloud hands. looks very nice. Let's go back into the center. With the feet, shoulder width apart, toes facing forward. Ryan, good morning.
Good morning.
We have another movement with a turning motion. This one's slightly different. Shift your weight to the left. And then pivot right. Put back in. Same idea, we want to be fully weighted on one leg, which makes it easier to pivot on the other foot. And just make sure that you're always returning the toes to face directly forward again. That'll make, especially when we're standing on one leg, feel a little more stable. If, for example, I do this and then turn, I don't feel as steady as the toes forward. Yeah, there you are. Get the right idea. We're going to add the hands to this. This is holding a ball. And that ball just stays right in front of the abdomen. And we turn it along with the movement we were just doing. So, shift to the left. And scoop under with the left hand. Shift right. Scoop under with the right. Okay. Back to the center, you can relax the arms, shake them out a bit. Legs. And one more set of movements. This is the bow and arrow stance. Probably the stance that is used the most in Tai Chi. And it looks like this. Shift your weight to the right leg, left leg. Left leg. Then the right foot to a slight angle, 45 degrees or so. And then stepping straight forward. Here, shift our weight forward and back. Now, you can always adjust the length of the stance. Want to find the most comfortable position where we can bring all of the weight to the front leg, all of the weight to the back leg. This might take a little getting used to, but the goal is to be as much as possible squared off toward the front. Sometimes because of the angle of the rear foot, might do something like this. So, see if you square off toward the front. So I like to think of headlights on my pelvis or front of the hips. Or you can do it like this as well. Let's do our transition. Shift back to the left. Transfer the weight and then step lightly with the right. Toes pointing directly forward. All the way forward and back. Stay facing the front. I'm just going to side view. So same idea of trying to keep the upper body in the same position. So avoid leaning forward or back. And as best as possible, sitting all the way back so that you can be weightless on the front leg. So if the stance is too long, it's a little harder to do. Just experiment a little bit. Let's transition again. Remember, step with the left. Now when you shift back, turn the torso. And when you shift forward, turn face the front. Let's see. Yeah, probably the easiest is if you mirror me, so having the left foot in front. Back and turn, forward face. More on this side. We'll do our transition again. Shift back, shift left, step lightly with the right. Be adding some things with the hands as we move along, but for now, just let the arms relax, hang at your side. And give yourself a break. Larry, just so you know, I have your microphone and everyone else is on mute as well, because sometimes if there's sounds, then that puts wherever the sounds are coming from on the big screen. So just for the other folks, so that the camera stays on me. But if you have any questions that come up during the practice, just know that you can unmute yourself and ask away.
So we're muted. That's good. That's good. Because you know I always got something to say.
I'm surprised you've been quiet.
I was afraid that would beat me up.
Back a
I
little
thought he
bit.
could hear.
No, no, back up.
You said back up.
Because if he goes through, we're gonna be moving forward.
Okay. Okay, I feel a lot better now.
Good girl, my thighs got a good workout. Oh, Lord, that was a good workout for the
Okay, let's see. Before we dive into stringing some of the movements together, wanted to offer a little explanation on some of the things I was mentioning. When I was learning Tai Chi, I would ask my teacher questions all the time and didn't always get satisfying answers. So I kind of had to figure things out for myself or piece it together from various sources. So, you know, he would give me corrections and I would say, well, why? What's the purpose of that? So, for example, the thing I mentioned about the toes facing directly forward when we're at this stance, What that does is it helps open up and relax low back. There's a muscle that when it gets tight, turns the legs out. That naturally happens. Let's say whenever we sit, that muscle gets short. It's
Mine is short.
basically from the outside of the
I can't keep.
leg bone, femur, and connects the sacrum. But that muscle gets shorter than the toes pointing outwards, which in turn tightens up some of the muscles in the low back. So one way we get those muscles to relax and soften is to give that muscle a little bit more of a stretch by turning the leg bones inward. And okay, so that's one thing. And then this is just something you can experiment with. You know, of course, if you're learning the movements for the first time, there's a lot to coordinate. But one of the Tai Chi principles is that movements are continuous. So we don't ever want our movements to stop. For example, like this movement where we were pivoting and turning the ball, sometimes it looked like we'd arrive here and then move again, arrive and then move again. And that is a valid way of practicing because you want to know what you're aiming for, but anytime our movement stops is when the body will naturally hold tension in order to maintain a certain posture. So in order to avoid that, we want to keep. So even with a simple exercise like that, if we can keep that in mind, that we want to stay in motion, that'll then translate over into when we string longer sequences together. Okay. So, speaking of sequences, let's give this one a try, and I'll add more explanations or guidance as we go along, but let's just see if we can move through it. Start starting posture, our arms are relaxed but slightly engaged, so not completely limp.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Take a breath in, exhale, gently sink down, slight bend in the knees. Let the body lifts, the arms float out. Shift to the left and swoop up the ball.
That piece is left.
Step forward with the left. Shift back, turn. Swings back. Palms together. Press. Shift back and push. And then transition. Pivot on the left. Step with the right. 1. Back, turn. 2. Palms together. 3. Back. 4. Let's repeat that on both sides. Pivot right. Swing both the ball. Step left. Turn your hands away. Shift back. Push. Transition again. Pivot left. Step right. Then shift back, tracing a big circle. Step the feet back to parallel, the hands cross. Lower.
You did that real good. Scratch the tail. Barrel's tail. Scratch
You
the
did it
tail.
real good.
You don't have to quite whisper, he doesn't hear you.
Let's do that again.
Scratch the tail. That's Sparrow's tail.
She did it real good, didn't she?
Alright, position. Activation. Sweet call.
I guess.
Take a breath in. On the exhale, gently sink down. Inhale, body lifts, arms float out. Right. Step left. Or down. Shift back and turn. Roll back. Press. Transition. To the left. Step right. Forward off. Roll back. Press. And push. Let's repeat all of that. Great. Step left. All the way to the back leg. All the way forward. One more time. Run with pivots. Step with the right. Closing movement. Circle. Parallel. Hands cross. Lower. X.
Sure, instead of used to be a chick.
Right, William.
Didn't used to
You
be a
mentioned
chick.
it was a while ago that he knew.
But I'm saying that, I can tell.
You like how much you're moving forward to.
Alright, so that sequence is called grasp bird's tail.
See,
It has those 4 moves.
I can tell.
Board off.
That's the
Roll
thing,
back.
different styles, with the different words.
Press. And push.
Hey, Deborah.
Similar to like that idea I mentioned earlier of keeping the hands roughly in front of the body, like when returning the ball. The same is true for all of these. So ward off. This front hand is essentially right in front of the chest. And you can think of it as one half of this position that we did earlier, the hugging the ball, except that one hand is down below. And then roll back. I turn, well, we call this sort of like the arrival moment. I turn to face the front. This is about as far apart as the hands will ever be, but it's just a slightly larger version of hugging the ball. Now you're just hugging a lot larger ball. So, kind of just still in front of the body. And then ball shrinks back down and it's essentially in the center of the palm. And here the arms again, right in front of the body. So the main thing, I guess, is with ward off that you end up here. Sometimes the movement can be a little larger, and then so just know that you're aiming for right in front of the chest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, keep them shoulder length
So
apart.
it's not so much flinging the frisbee like we were saying before. Keep it
That's one thing.
closer in, you know, throw it
But
out.
more important
Or as high.
is from the waist down.
Mhm.
Two things to think of is A, shifting the weight fully from one leg to the other to where you feel stable just standing on one of those legs, whether it's the back leg or the front leg. And every once in a while, I think I saw this where back heel would come up off the floor.
Mhm.
Your goal is to try and keep both feet flat.
Mhm.
It's the rear foot that wants to come off. And just see if you can keep that heel down. So feeling a connection to the ground even if there's no weight on it. Let's just loosen out the shoulders and
I
arms.
need to work on that transition of going out. I can't get that together.
I think when I step forward, I step too
Or
hard.
something, yeah, something is,
That's not a beginner's move though. It's not.
I haven't got that.
It's not an easy move.
It's not, but you do it so beautifully.
Cause I do Tai Chi every day.
That's when I thought of you being the cheerleader. When
No, I
thought
didn't get
about
to no
you.
cheer.
But I'm just, but it does with, like, what's her name, Julie, that used to be the dancer, you know how she's so graceful.
She used to be a dancer? I didn't know that.
You're very graceful with it.
Let's go through it again. Starting position, toes forward,
And you can keep your toes forward, I can keep my,
maybe even a little more.
You got them Charlie Chaplin feet.
Maybe even a little more.
what he saying?
Where you say that?
Your right toe is pointed out a little.
It's like that, I can't do
You can
it.
see our toes. You can see our toes.
No, I'm just saying.
Hands are weak,
That's
live,
what I was thinking the same thing.
breath in,
I'm sleuthy.
exhale, sink. Opening. Weight to the left, and the right. Transfer the weight, and lightly with the left. Forward off to the front. And shift back and turn. Arms together. Press straight forward. Shift back. Then push straight forward.
it's like you said, Barry. That transition, I step out too far.
I hate to say, it, I have a tendency,
Is that what you said?
I don't think where you are.
I step out too far.
Angie Townsend.
One time on the other side, left. Step right. Closing. Circle. Cross.
See, I'm going.
I'm stepping too far up.
Yeah,
Because my
I'm
foot
stepping
comes
too
up.
So,
Cause now I
Take
gotta
a
keep my
shorter
foot.
steps.
might have seen with some of those movements, the exercises we do in the beginning play a role. So, our bow and arrow stance, for example, we have that shifting straight forward and back, press and push. But then we also practiced it with the turning, which we need in order to do ward off.
Ankle, I should have been
Roll.
going straight. I was watching, trying to keep my eye on him.
So,
Going on ankle, but you said-
that's why these are some of the foundational moves that we practice
And
every
I'm trying
time.
to follow you.
And
I gotta keep my eyes off of him.
this is one of the first moves we do, pivoting on the foot and scooping up a ball.
That transition.
And actually, just point that out with that movement as well.
Swinging his foot out.
Body is turned, step pivoted, and then I step straight forward.
Bring this one.
In order to do ward off, I want to end up square to the front.
I like the way you put your leg up and you go out.
Girl. You're so silly. That's what I like.
It's not uncommon to have this
I
happen.
wanna do like you do. I wanna kick my leg out.
So crazy.
My hand may be facing the front, but my body's facing that way. So the goal is turn, be completely squared off to the front.
Mhm.
It's the hand in front of the chest. Yep. Cool.
Now do the whole thing, sure. Go from
I
there.
think we're gonna do the whole thing, so you
You
can
get
back
ready to
up.
take us through the whole thing.
One more time for good measure.
Okay.
Breath in. Exhale, sink. Body lifts. And breath. Step straight forward to the left. Shift the weight and turn. Face the front. And front of the chest. Shift back and turn. Face the front. Press. Shift back. Push. Left.
Okay, here we go there.
Turn that left foot out. Just bring this one up.
Step straight forward. Straight forward. And face
How'd
the
you
front.
do there?
Right, front of the chest. Shift back.
Shift down. Look back. Bring it up, see.
Facing the front. Shift forward. Exhale.
I'm like you girls, but I
That
can't.
was a little bit better for me.
Yeah, Well, but
Okay.
I feel it.
Um,
Did you feel a little bit better now? Going so far?
One thing about him, he's teaching us technique.
Larry, how did you do?
He's teaching technique, which is good.
You were asking me a question, hold on. You're asking, I can see.
See, where do I get this from? Oh, he said, keep it back. He's telling us that this is what I
I said I could feel it in myself, my back and so on. I got lower back pains. But I could see it, I sometimes take too big of a step, I know, from back there when I'm going forward.
Yep, that could be, you know, we have to find, like I mentioned earlier, the most comfortable position. So, you do have long legs, so you're probably used to taking large steps. We can try this next time. What my teacher often told me was, at the very least, like, we're putting the heels where the toes are. So right here, here's my toes, set the heel down there,
Okay,
and then slowly, that's a comfortable length. And you know, we can fine tune that a little bit the next time you come in person too.
I'm gonna try and make it to Chicago Heights Wednesday.
Excellent. And it's good you have practice buddies too.
Beg pardon?
It's good that you have practice buddies.
Yes. Did you hear what I said? It's a good thing I got practice buddies.
He said, what?
It's good I got practice buddies.
Oh! Oh yeah, we practice together.
Great. Okay, well then have a good rest of the day. I hope you feel good.
Oh, that was
Okay.
a
And
good class.
Good class. Very,
I
very good.
appreciate you teaching us technique. The tech-
yes,
That's what I need. Turn the body a certain way and look. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
my pleasure.
Have a good week.
Have a good one.
Okay then.
Thank all of y'all. Thanks. All right.
Let's get together on what's a good day now for this study thing. Okay, let me see. Whoa! I sat on my purse. Flopped on my purse, rather.
Okay.
So now I don't have to beat Larry up for not telling me that we was filming, that he could see me and